Hello, everybody. I'm Francesco, co-founder of eConcept, a startup based in Venice since 2019. And our mission is actually to provide charging infrastructure for boats, okay, and creating a big network of charging infrastructure. So let's get straight to the problem. So my colleague was mentioning before, the big threat of electric boating sector is the lack of infrastructure. Why? Because what is happening in this sector will be way quicker compared to the automotive industry. Why? Because everything is ready, the technology is there, and is just brought to the boats now. So in the next few years, the big threat is that we will have hundreds of thousands of boats that they don't know where to charge, unless there is an infrastructuring plan that allows electric boaters to charge their boat. Okay, so the solution we created is called eDock, which is actually nothing more than a mooring post, so where actually boats can tie on it and moor, and at the same time they can charge. So from this picture, you can actually see it better. So you can see that it perfectly integrates in the landscape. So it's nothing more than a classical mooring post with the upper part in where there is the technology, the charging technology inside. So from here, you can see on the right, you can see better how it's structured. So the post is actually posing on the seabed, and then there is the power cable coming from the grid, and then on the upper part, there is the technological part. So our infrastructure can deliver 22 kilowatt power, can be used for public charging, so satisfy all the norms. It's very easy to use. You can just book and pay by app, and is ecological because it's made with all the recyclable and recycled material. Now let's get more in the reason why we focused a lot on the design of the product. Because the context is completely different from the automotive. You see, the charging infrastructure used for cars, they are normally installed in very, not ugly, but anonymous areas. Those can be garages or car parking or in front of a mall or a gas station. Instead, if we talk about marine areas, most of the time, aesthetic counts. So to have a low impact and a beautiful design is important because this infrastructure will be part of our landscape in the future. And if we look at the images, these are just two random images I found online about marine areas, okay? So from this picture that I'm showing to you, you can see our installation, we already completed, and you can see how the design of our infrastructure is actually very well integrating in the landscape with a very low visual impact, okay? So we can also, our product is totally customizable and is scalable, and we also have an international patent on the technical solution. So we have two revenue streams. One is about the product and one is about the service. So when we talk about service, we talk about selling the charging service, so, okay? And also we have two different targets. So targets that basically buy our product, and these can be private boat users, dealers, so B2B or marinas, or if we sell the charging service, like the multi-utility companies doing the same with the automotive infrastructure. These can be public companies, city council, or also marinas. What is very interesting is to understand how fast is the market growing, because there is an estimate of 16 billion value in less than 10 years. But what is impressive is actually the number of boat users in US and in Europe, and the number of boats. Consider that between Europe and US, there are 18 million of boats, and 90% of them, you can carry them on a trailer. So it's like between 10 and 30 feet, and which is the perfect size to be electrified very easy. Also, big corporates are investing now in the electric boating, like BMW and General Motors. I read a few days ago, like 150 million spent, to make an investment. So traction and achievements so far. So far, we were approved by the Venice Heritage Office. We are collaborating with the local waste company, which is a public company, to collect the garbage locally, which is electrifying their boats. Repower Italia, which is a big company with the last year turnover of 3 billion, acquired 5% of our shares. And lately, we won a public call to infrastructure the Cinque Terre, so a beautiful protected marine area. So let's see the forecast. So you see that the next year we'll be focusing on then to reach the scale up in 2024 by delivering a higher number of units, but also starting to deploying our own charging, so to also sell the charging service. And so there is hard work to be made next year. In fact, we have a set of goals of 12 months, and the priority are basically to launch the second version of our product that will have also certification for the US market. Then, of course, we'll need more people. We will firstly increase the sales in Europe, and then we'll enter the US market, focusing in five states. So this is our team. So we are now 6. But I wanted to thank you a lot, the guys that have been working with me in the past 3 months, that are from Ca' Foscari University and from UAV, that really give me a big help. And thanks for listening. My quote is, if it works in Venice, it works worldwide. So if you have any question, feel free to ask.